Yeah, I can't express how bad it is. Hey guys, welcome back. So today I thought I would do a video which is quite popular on the internet, steal the whole idea of doing a progression video and going back through the last 3 years of my music on Ableton and seeing probably how tragic it was when I first started and how slightly better it is now. I first opened Ableton and made something in it probably 3 years ago, so it should be interesting. Anyway, let's get into how bad this could be. So this is the first file I could find from Ableton that I've made. This is actually from all the way back in August 2017. And there's a big theme looking through is that I'm awful at naming stuff. A lot of them are just called new or new or newness or some variation of the fact that it's a new project. It's just the beat at the moment. I think there's like a piano thing gonna come in. Alright. The melody's not disastrous. I haven't even attempted to mix or master it. Everything is, all of the channel volumes are all set at 0. My master's clipping. But it's not actually as bad as I thought it would be. Well, that's quite cool. A little vocal drone stabby thing. Out of 10, 2 out of 10. Let's see if it gets better or worse from here. Alright, second one. This one's from July 2017. Now I remember this one. As you can see by the title, it's called Techno Time. It's like techno edit of Time by Hans Zimmer. I've used Fat Tech Beats as the drum. This is before I really was doing all the drums myself. I feel like this one here, this audio channel 4, also has some drum on it, but I mean, let's find out, eh? Oh, yeah. Sounded kind of Euro-y trancey at the moment. Oh, nice. Bongos, I think. Not much variation going on. It's all here. Seems like it's going to change here a bit. Okay. Operator patch, this is probably something I actually made myself. Every time those bongos play, it instantly causes the master channel to go into the red. Yeah, sorry Hans Zimmer, because that stunk. 2.5 out of 10, but an improvement. Backed myself for going for it, thinking second song in, let's go and just recreate Time. Now this should be an interesting one. I'd just come back from a year abroad in America and had been slightly influenced by the kind of electronic EDM dance music there. This one, as you can see by the title, is me trying to emulate an artist called Rez. I feel like I watched a tutorial to try and get the bass line on this right, but let's give this a listen. Yeah, I remember this type of bass line was literally all the kind of Rez style was about. And interesting, I've done drums myself here. Kind of leads to something, and then, I mean, this is obviously an unfinished track, and I remember there's going to be something. I thought it was going to be a horrible dubstep drop here because it says there is one, but I think it's been muted. Maybe it's the reason behind that. I'm going to stop that one there. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like, this was the stuff I was kind of into at the time. It's the first time I used the drum rack and actually layered a couple of sounds, which is nice. As much as I really don't want to do it, but I'm probably just going to try and listen to it with this dubstep drop in. And oh man, it was music that I liked at the time, but I'm not really into it anymore. I think we might just see why. I remember they were notoriously difficult to make sound good, even though they sound so chaotic. Yeah. There you go. And I know exactly what artist that was trying to copy is in an artist called Excision. Yeah, That is something, to tell you that for sure. I mean, I'm not doing it justice. Do you know what? All of this is rubbish in comparison to the actual artists themselves. But there you go. How do I give it out of 10? I don't know. I have to listen to it. The lead's quite good, and I think the instrumentals and stuff, like, it all kind of fits together. Just to feed the narrative that I'm getting better, let's say it's a 3 out of 10. Alright, on to the next one. Alright, so I just had a look through 2 or 3 maybe of the worst EDM, dubstep things ever produced. Like, not even that the genre is bad, it's the production and the sounds were awful, man. It was the worst thing ever. Unfortunately, in each of them, like 4 or 5 audio files were missing or unlinked, which probably made it sound worse. If you want to hear them, give the video a like, and if it gets over, I don't know, 20 or whatever, can't believe I'm setting goals, but if it gets over 20, I'll try my best to find and relink them. I can't express how bad it is. So much so that I am like, the other ones were bad, but this one I was just I'd be embarrassed to put it out there. But yeah, if the video does well, yeah, maybe I'll do a follow-up where I show you those two. This is what I found next. It's like feature bass. Do you know what it sounds like? I've just had a quick listen because I had to link one thing. It sounds a bit like I'm ripping off Inspector Norse by Todd Terje. So let's hear it. I mean, nothing too special, to be honest. After this, I don't think I've released anything else apart from this bass house one, which is awful, and the dubstep one, which is awful. They were the 2 ones I listened to earlier. And then I took ages out of producing. Alright, next one. And this one's called Reservoir. I have no idea why. This was when I first started getting back into music production, and I wanted to make techno and house, and from here on that's all I've been doing. I think around this time was the first time I found out a channel called Julian L. And for anyone at home who hasn't heard of him, he makes some really good videos on how to replicate a specific artist or a style, and I kind of used to use those videos and then just run with them. The arrangement looks alright. It looks like I mean, there's 12 channels. This might be good, who knows? Oh, I'll give it a listen. Promising start. A lot better. Maybe that's what I needed, a year out of making stuff to finally actually make a difference. I think why this one is better is the tutorials I was watching. This sounds like it's just kind of a mashup of a couple of tutorials, like a Nicholas Jar one and maybe a Jamie XX one. Although I would copy the sounds, everything else was written by me, and I think the arrangement is like all me as well. So I was using the tutorials as a way to kind of make new Ableton like synth patches and get a kind of feel for the style, but not much more. It's a bit of a bop. Maybe it's a 5 out of 10. I'm gonna go from like lowly 2s and 3s up to at least halfway now. This one I actually feel like I copied and did a good job of replicating an artist, and the artist is Norwell. I think it doesn't sound anywhere near as good as his productions, but I think it kind of captured the essence of the kind of music he was making. It's slightly longer than the rest of them. This is kind of, I'm getting like maybe halfway through a track now. So let's listen to this one. Yeah, remember that 808 kind of the bass kick drum being very like part of his sound. Bit repetitive, as you can see. It's literally 4 or 5 bars of exactly the same. But I think there's a breakdown, and maybe this is the first time I have a song which something switches up halfway through. think we see where that one's going. Not bad. It's great to see all of the steps of bits that I'm learning. Each one of these just, I think something new clicks. For some reason I have these big 1-year gaps of producing music. So after I made this one and maybe one more, I then have a whole year off from May 2018 to July 2019. So I pretty much have a whole year off. I don't know why I keep giving up after making progress or whatever. Guess other things got in the way. It was when I came back, that's when I started taking it seriously. So I thought I'd stop the video here and do the next part of my musical journey next week, because I sense the video is getting too long and you can only listen to so much absolutely awful music. I mean, some of the stuff was really, really poor on there, but it shows the kind of journey I went on to get to where I am at the moment, and hopefully it kind of gives anyone who is starting off a kind of idea of how best to improve, and maybe also gives them a bit of confidence that, yeah, they might make some really rubbish stuff to start with, but it's a really good thing to just get involved, because you might eventually start making some pretty decent stuff, which I'd like to say that's kind of where I am at the moment. So if you enjoyed it, please give it a like, comment down below if there were any of those that you think I should try and revitalise, maybe turn into tracks now. Stay tuned for the next one.